Today we're going to learn to master the long and short stitches. And for that, I'm going to use this combination of colors. I'm going to simulate a leaf. So it will be this. This one is the DMC. So what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to draw. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I have 6 colors. If this one, it could be with a pencil or a pen. It's just like an exercise. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Don't worry if that's it's not regular. It's okay. Don't worry. So for this, you can use two techniques. We're going to start with the first one. Okay. For the first one, I'm going to start with the lightest tone. And the long and short stitches is like this. We, we start here and we're going to make a long stitch. From the back, I'm going back next to the first stitch of the top. And now I can make a short. It's okay. I'm going back again, up, and I will make a long stitch, and so on. The tip for this stitch is you have to make all the stitches close together next to each other, and you don't have to leave any space empty. If you have any space, it's okay, you can go again and make another stitch. And as you can see here, I'm making long and short stitches. For the first technique, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the long and short stitches to this line, and after this line, after I finish this line, I'm going to start with the second color. So I will see you in a bit so we can start the second step, or the step number 2. Okay, I just finished with the first color and I'm going to start with the second one. And another tip I'm going to give you for long and short stitches is start at the middle. It's easier to come from a wide section to a narrow than the opposite. So for this technique, we're going to start on the edge of the first layer, if you want to see it that way. And I'm going to make the same process, make long and short stitches, and I'm going to introduce the thread between the stitches, but not coming or not going far away the first layer, if you want to see it that way. And it will be the same process, long and short stitches. I introduce the needle. Let me see here. I have a little thread here. It's okay, you can cut it. I introduce the needle between the stitches so that it will help to blend the colors. For example, this first technique, it helps a lot when the colors or um, are they're blend together very well. For example, there is a degradation of colors that is smooth. So for example, in this one, you don't see it. For example, This one is the same color, the same tone. Um, is from light to dark. Sometimes with the second technique, it helps a lot when the the thread are not um, you don't have a blend or a smooth blending, if you want to see it that way. So I'm going to continue doing this process, making long and short stitches on all this side. I'm making shorter stitches here on the narrow part, and it will be the same. I'm going to blend or introduce the needle between the first layer or the stitches from the first layer. My recommendation as well, for example, here, I just see a space. I'm going to zoom in more here. Here, you can see it here. There is a space. So if you want a work well done, you have to fill all the spaces. If you don't, if you have empty spaces, it will the project, it will see like a project not done or not finished, if you want to see it that way. So I'm going to continue doing the same process with all the colors, and I'm going to start with the second technique that is similar but a little bit different. So you will see the effect that you have with this technique, making stitches from the edge of the first layer, and the second technique. Okay, for the second technique, I just finished the first one, and you, if you can see here, is this one is like I just made it by layers, so you will see the division a little bit, a division from one color to the other one. And the second one, the second technique, for example, in this one is the same basis, the same base. You have to make long and short stitches. But on the second technique, you're not going to limit yourself making or stitching only on the edge. For example, if you see here, I just insert the needle in the middle of the first layer. I'm going to make the first stitch. The second one, it will be on the edge. And this one, it will be on the edge as well. This one, it will be on the middle. And so on and so on. For example, you can play, but we're going to make the stitches more inside the first layer, if you want to see it that way. And we're going to place, for example, we're going to make some stitches in the middle. If you need, you can, for example, stitch one at the beginning. Just give me one. For example, I'm going to start this one just at the beginning of the first layer and make short. This one is the middle. This one I want it on the edge. This one a little bit more inside. And it's important to complete all the spaces. You don't have to have any empty space. Okay, I'm going to continue making these stitches. I'm going to continue playing a few on the inside, on the middle, on the edge, and the beginning, and play. And I'm going to make all these layers so you can see the effect of this technique and this technique, and you can compare. Okay, I just finished, and as you can see here from the two techniques, this one you can use it if you have colors that blends very well, if you have that degradation, because if not, you will see like the layers. In this case, this one you can use it for a thread that needs more blending. As you can see here, you don't see the division, the layers. It's very, it blends very well. This technique is the one I use when I make thread painting. So this one, it will be my recommendation in case you want to practice that technique. So I hope that you have learned a little bit, and I see you in the next video for the next video. Bye bye.